Hey guys, DesolatorMagic here, and it's time to talk about something that I guarantee will piss you off. This is a secret that us vendors, us MTG sellers like me, do not want you to know. Of course, I tell it like it is, so I'm going to tell you anyway. I made a video about this in the past, but I kind of left the ending as like a cliffhanger, I guess you could say. Well, now I have the hard math. I have the actual results. I extensively researched this, and you're not going to be happy about it. I'll just start with the math and then get to the point at the end. Okay, so it's no secret that a box of MTG boosters costs $143.64. That is the MSRP. It is literally $3.99 multiplied by 36. By the way, this is all in US dollars and all in America. I have no idea what's going on in Europe. I don't even mean that in the context of MTG. I have no idea what's going on in Europe. Now, with the exception of a couple of you in the comment section who have terrible local gaming stores, no local gaming store sells them for that price. Basically, like Walmart and Target and all them, they sell them for that price because they don't sell boxes. If you want 36 boosters, you're going to pay $3.99 times 36. But as far as online sellers go, and as far as pretty much every local gaming store, they all charge about $100 to $105, maybe $110. I mean, if they're doing that, it's not the end of the world. It's still well below MSRP. So everybody wonders, what do you pay per box? Well, personally, I pay about $84.75 per box. I've heard other people say that they get boxes for the high 70s from certain distributors. Well, not mine. Oh, and trust me, it's not a volume thing. I almost qualified for the top discount tier, trust me. So if they're costing me, we'll just say 85 bucks, and I could sell them sealed for like 100, that's only a profit of $15.25. That's an 18% profit margin. That's terrible. I mean, 18%, like what industry does that? Like you'd have to be dealing in like raw materials or something, and even then I'm not sure. Retail stores, restaurants, like service companies, I mean, it's unheard of. 18% will put you out of business. Fortunately, your local gaming store probably gets a couple like pallets of MTG products if they're as big as the couple around me. So, you know, they might be taking in 5 digits worth of income off this, and 18% is just fine. And maybe they're making 25, I don't know. So let's go to fat packs, because these are different. Now, the fat packs are being renamed in Kaladesh, or being renamed bundles, but I'm going to keep calling them fat packs, and so is everybody else. So let's just get that out of the way. So the MSRP on a fat pack is going up. It's $42.99. Now here's a really weird thing. They were $39.99, but if you go to Walmart, they're $41.99, or they were, like up until Shadows. I don't get why they were selling them $2 above MSRP when everything else they sell is at MSRP. I don't get it. So whatever, MSRP is going up to $42.99. Now, I don't have official numbers, but according to just the vendors in my area and the local gaming stores in my area, fat packs were never a very good item and they didn't sell very well because a lot of the people in my area, I guess, or people that go to F&M regularly, they don't like them because I guess they're not a good value. I mean, I think they are, but it depends who you are. If you're a new player, they're a great value. If you own 10,000 lands, they're not a very good value. Well, and dice, and you don't need the player's guide, and you don't need the storage. Otherwise, they're a great value, but they've been surging in popularity lately, and I don't just mean Oath of the Gatewatch and BFZ, where you had to literally kill somebody to get even one. Or go to Walmart at 2 a.m. on a hot tip from your friend who lives in Chicago and knows about these things. If you have to track the distribution channels of Walmart and go there in sweatpants at 2 a.m., maybe Wizards should have printed a couple more. Maybe hit that Control-P button a couple more times. So why is the MSRP going up? Is it because they're dicks or is it because it's popular? Neither. I know. I'm surprised too. Okay, it probably is those two, but also they're including 10 booster packs instead of 9. And I think that's great because they're actually effectively lowering the cost of each individual booster by doing that. Now here's the thing. All my discounts and all my pricing on all my products, and this is how pretty much every single distributor, all 6 of them I think there are, this is how they all do it. So it's based on the MSRP. So I actually pay about $25.36 for a fat pack. So if I were to sell these for $42.99, their exact MSRP, I would be making a $17.63 profit, which is a 69.52% profit margin. Considering I get free shipping, that's pretty darn good. Remember, the booster boxes were 18% on a good day. So they're insanely profitable. I mean, this is why a lot of local gaming stores will sell them for like $38.99 or something, just to look good and so that you don't go to Walmart and get them. You know, a lot of local gaming stores don't sell stuff for MSRP, although this is a side product and it is a huge moneymaker. So, once again, if they do, don't blame them for it. They're just trying to stay in business. Now, places that were selling BFC fat packs for $70 locally, they're dicks. So fat packs are great, right? Well, as you know, I sell primarily singles online. We only sell like 5 or 10% of our product that we order locally and sealed. My shop really isn't even a hobby shop. We do hold small tournaments there. We do play MTG there with just like friends of mine and stuff. We almost always hold tournaments off-site. We're not a WPN location, and I would say 99% of the customers that walk in are there for the other thing that we do at the shop, which actually is like 50 different things. It's actually tattoos, bail bonds, and tax services too. I'm now what do you call that? A CPA. I will do your taxes. Totally not true. So the problem is I open everything I get, so why would I give a crap about fat packs when, well, let's look at the numbers. The per booster cost at MSRP of a fat pack is $4.30 per booster. That's why fat packs weren't very popular among like longtime players, because paying $4.30 a booster is just stupid. But of course, that's literally taking the cost of everything you get and then dividing it by 10 because that's the number of boosters in the new fat pack. That's kind of ignoring, you know, the land pack, the die, and everything else. But people like to break it down that way because all they care about is cards and they have enough dice, I guess. Now, the per booster at cost in a fat pack is only $2.54. Now, that sounds great, but it actually isn't, because at cost, a box is $2.35. So they're close, but when you're opening 50,000 packs, it's not that close. That 21 cents a pack or whatever it is really catches up with you. That's a lot. No, of course, it's only $3.99 at MSRP for one booster out of a booster box. That's the MSRP. So fat packs look stupid. Why would I ever want to open them? I deal in singles. Well, you can sell the components out of a fat pack, and there's not that many going around, but I'll get into that later. So I got to thinking, okay, at 9, it's still stupid. You should not open fat packs. At 9 boosters, it's not even close to worth it. Okay, it is really close to worth it. Which is why when they went to 10 but only crept up the MSRP a little bit, I thought, that entire like $3 raise doesn't affect me because I only pay a portion of even that. So here's the math that's going to make your head explode for multiple reasons. Okay, so the fat pack at cost is $25.36. I even just checked my invoice. That's what I'm paying. You can sell dice in packs of about 5 or 10 from the very last set. I tried to go with like, Shadows or Eldritch or something like that. After shipping, and before eBay fees, unfortunately, probably should have put that in there, whatever. But anyway, after shipping, you will pocket about 84 cents per die, believe it or not. And even on a buy list, if you were to send these to every buy list I've ever seen, no matter what set it's from, they will pay you 50 cents because they sell them for like $1 to $2. So bare minimum 50 cents, but 84 cents is more realistic. And even that's a little bit on the low end. For older sets, you can, like if you hold on to the dice for a while, you can sell them for well over $1 a piece. There's some old school ones going for like a lot. And then the player's guides, the lowest, most pessimistic price I could see is $1.50, and that's shipping them each, approximately. They actually sell for $3 to $4. Some of the older ones sell a lot higher. Some of the like BFZ and OGW ones, because nobody could get their hands on them, those are floating around for about $9 to $10. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody selling these in bulk, or I should say, buying them in bulk. I could see a store doing that because stores don't open their fat packs for the reasons I just said that they don't open their fat packs. They have more than enough lands, and a cheaper way is to open the booster boxes, so why would they have spare books? But people who don't want to spend, $42.99 on an entire fat pack, but still want the book for collector's reasons, or to read about the story, the lore, or just to look at what they thought the top 10 cards were, or just whatever, a full portable list of the cards, every single card in the entire set. I mean, why wouldn't you want that? If you're broke and don't have a smartphone like me, that's why you'd want it. So I could see a store buying out like 50 at a time from me, and then I could ship them all in one box. So I suspect I could make above $1.50 on these, but then again, I'd have to sell them at like wholesale, not at like retail. But I've seen these for $4 and $5 a piece in actual local gaming stores, so even for like $2.50, I think they'd be, well off. But just in case, because you always want to be pessimistic, not optimistic when you're trying to see if you're going to make money, or conservative, I guess would be the correct term, $1.50 is what I went with. I think with just the artwork in this set, it's going to be higher, and I'm going to hold on to about 50% of them. Then the land packs. Now, this was hard. It looks like $2.87 is pretty much what I can get. Now, one way of looking at it is, what does 500 bulk lands cost? What do 1,000 bulk lands cost? And then what does a whole, like a small lot of land packs cost? And the shipping scales really unevenly, but $2.87 is pretty much on the low end. Like, I think I could really honestly in bulk get like $3 or $4 a piece, but it seemed like the higher I went into the bulk, the worse it got. But if I sold these for resale, like it was just a store buying up 100 sealed land packs to sell to people, I might be able to get a little bit more, and I would save on shipping. But like I said, go to the low end. And then here's the shocking one. This is mind-blowing, but it's actually not that surprising when you consider the alternatives. The empty box is worth $4. The empty fat pack box is worth $4. Now, it's really thick. It's got beautiful artwork and printing. It's got the set right on it, so you don't have to label it. You can distinguish them just based on the colors and the edges from a distance. They are the ideal card storage box. They're sturdy, they stack, people want them, and the lowest price I could find is $4 per empty box. They're also really rigid and don't weigh very much, so unless I hit the size limit, these are going to cost practically nothing to ship. And I could see, once again, like a hobby store buying out like a lot of like 30 or 50. Otherwise, if I got to sell them in packs of like 3 or something and, I don't know, ship them maybe priority, I should get about 4 a piece. Now, the outside cover that turns into a poster, I just couldn't find any good data on it. Kind of fragile, kind of light, susceptible to damage. I'm just going to write them off and say that nobody's going to buy them, even though I don't think that's true. I'm probably going to liquidate them to a flea market vendor that I know. So I just ignored that. So what's the grand total? Because that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Well, the final cost after I get rid of all those is $16.15 per fat pack. So what's left over? The boosters. If you're really clever, you actually just said the deck boxes. As far as I know, they're removing the deck boxes from the new bundles, aka fat packs. Honestly, they were awful anyway, that makes sense. So divide that by 10 boosters and you've got $1.62 per booster. Now remember, if I'm opening them out of a box, it costs me $2.35. So $1.62 is like on another planet from $2.35 cost-wise. My luck would have to swing so far into the unlucky category, and honestly, when you open 50,000 packs, there's no luck. You get the same number of pretty much every single card. I will get like 24 plus or minus 2 of every mythic, the end. But at $1.62, that is insane. That's like getting a booster box of 36 for about 58 freaking dollars. So remember when I made that video warning that it's very well possible that when they went to 10, they just shot themselves in the foot royally? People who open singles are going to say, nah, don't even send me a booster box. Don't even send me one. Send me 1,000 fat packs. Now, a couple problems with that. One, if everybody tries to liquidate land packs, dice, and empty boxes, the price is going to crash because people don't usually do that in bulk. Second, fat packs are only ran off once and they're a limited print run. Wizards makes their best estimate. They are as wrong can get, especially with Oath of the Gatewatch. I mean, like a chimpanzee or like maybe even a dog, I think I've seen that on YouTube, can do math better than whoever decided the print numbers for OGW. And I mean, really, BFZ didn't think people would maybe want 80 full art lands, maybe? And then stores could have made a fortune on a freaking 69% profit margin item by selling them for $42.99, which I guess, okay, would have been slightly lower back then, whatever. The margin should be the same. They should have printed 5 times as many. Minimum. Bare minimum. They didn't print anything. I was allocated 0 on my $10,000 order. Apparently I'm not big enough for them to respect. Ordering $10,000 worth. I mean, that's not that much compared to certain LGSs, but it's in the middle. So they screwed that up, but this time around they're going to screw it up worse. If they realize the mathematical consequences of them doing this, raising it to 10 boosters in the singles market, they wouldn't have done it. So let's just say Wizards is completely oblivious of this, and they're going to print the normal amount, which is not that much because it's still not that popular of a product. when you compare it to booster boxes. So I thought, okay, no problem. I'm just going to get my order in so early that it's before they actually physically run them off. Like before they even get sent through the printing facility, right? So I call up my vendor like 3 months ahead of time and going out on a limb. I'm like, I'm not even going to do the math. I'm just going to say it. Hook me up with as many cases as you can get me. I think I told him 50 cases of 6. And his response was, oh, hell no. I believe he said I can maybe get you 3 cases of 6. And I told him, well, can't you just tell Wizards we need more? Some of our single sellers who are, intelligent are telling us we need more. Can you run off more and give us more? No, that's not how it works. That's how, normal economics works, but that's not how Wizards economics works. Wizards takes a complete stab in the dark at how many they should run off. It is based not one single bit on any kind of orders, which, by the way, we have to get in like 6 to 8 weeks before the release of Kaladesh. That's like 2 months. Like, I had to get this order in like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Like, also known as enough time to tell Wizards how many we want. No. Wizards goes to them and says, here's how many we're giving you. Have fun. Try to sell them. If we gave you too many, you're stuck with them. Screw you. If we didn't give you enough, everybody's going to be pissed, and you really still are obligated to sell them for a fraction of MSRP, the same you sold everything else, so, screw you. So in summary, screw you. Did I mention that the people at Wizards who, do math and projections and stuff are complete and utter idiots? If you're about to say I'm wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about, Battle for Zendikar. Yeah, those. And then once they already knew people wanted them, Oath of the Gatewatch fat packs. They still didn't run off enough of those, and they knew about it from the last set. That's some new kind of stupid. That's willful ignorance. So here's the problem. If you as a buyer want to get fat packs, your local gaming store is just not going to sell them below 35 unless, I don't know, they're really weird, I guess, and really generous. That's their money maker. It's supposed to be kind of like a premium limited print run kind of thing. They only have so many, obviously. They're not going to start shooting themselves in the foot and selling them for 30 and only making $5 on them. They're just not going to do that. So if you have to pay $42.99 for them, you're not going to make that kind of return. You might as well just buy a booster box because it's pretty darn close. Now, if you're a vendor, you'll be pissed off because, well, the reason I'm pissed off. I can make an absolute stupid fortune on this, but I can't get enough. I can't get the amount I want. I can't get 50 cases. Wizards refuses to print them, so I can't get the amount that I want. It's like Eternal Masters and Modern Masters all over again, or even from the vault. I want more of them. If I had more, I could sell more, but you won't give me more because screw you, Wizards, although for those they are limited on purpose, obviously. Fat packs, though, are limited because they're idiots. So luckily, because my distributor is awesome, I got allocated 10 cases of fat packs. And I think it's not like a percentage thing. It's like if I was a normal mid-sized store, that's how many I would actually sell. That's how many I would actually need. So he was just like, let's allocate him what a normal store would get. Yeah, it's more than I normally order. Yeah, it's a huge portion compared to the 4 cases that I'm getting of booster boxes, 1.5 of which are already on pre-order from customers. But it's not like a crazy amount. It's not like I'm shorting everybody else on the planet by getting 10 cases. There are probably people getting 50 cases. So that's great because I am going to make money on Kaladesh. This set, just in general, is going to be worth a fortune. The lands are incredibly useful and good and modern. The cards are absolutely insane, and it just crushes Shadows and Eldritch Moon on power. Sort of. I think Blue-White Spirits and all the top decks right now are going to just completely demolish Kaladesh, but I've only seen 1/5 of the cards. The Mythics are freaking nuts, though, so people are going to want some of the Mythics. So if somehow this backfires and I'm not able to make money on it, I'm going to be pissed because it's such a weird thing and it's such a new thing that I'm a little bit worried, but we'll see if it works. So the moral of the story is, you can't do this because vendors want too much money for fat packs. I almost couldn't do this because Wizards sucks and they don't know how to do math or how to sell products. They honestly don't even know how basic supply and demand works. And if everybody copied me and did it, and they did print enough fat packs, it would all collapse, and the prices of an empty box would be 50 cents. So it's pretty much just one giant crap storm, but I think it'll benefit me this time around. It's about damn time because I lost 3 to 5% on Eldritch Moon. Hey wizards, thanks for that. I totally didn't need that money for anything, totally. So that's the entire Fat Pack debacle. Nobody's talking about it because I guess nobody's clever like me and thought, let's run the numbers. And if they did, they're being quiet about it, but I tell you guys everything. In fact, did I mention to you guys? I'm pregnant! I'm not pregnant. But if I was, I would totally tell you guys. That would be really weird, though. So what do you guys think? Are you going to try and snag some, real close? Do you know somebody like me who sells cases of Fat Packs at cost, which I guarantee I'm not doing this time. Did it last time, though, and I was only allocated one frickin' case. And do you think that this is going to be a BFZ level shortage, and everybody's going to be out of them, but it won't really drive up the prices because that kind of defeats the purpose, which that's what I think is going to happen. Let me know down in the comments section, and I'll see you guys next video.